The Hooniverse is here, giving Doctor Who its last chance to become big again. For those who have no clue what I'm on about, here's the explanation. After a disastrous end to Jodie Whittaker's run, former showrunner Russell T Davies has come back and he has some big plans. He's slowly cooking a huge return for Doctor Who, starting with this new thing called the Hooniverse. Back in 2021, Russell said he believes the Doctor Who universe should become more like the MCU. Lots of spin-offs and lots of content to keep the fans engaged. This seems what the Hooniverse is, one big place for all the Doctor Who content to be in. But this comes with lots of positives and negatives. Is Russell going to save Doctor Who, or is he going to bury it for good? Well, let's find out. Allons-y! Firstly, my biggest worry for the Hooniverse is that it does become too much like the MCU. Back when Russell said he wants Doctor Who to be like the MCU, people were happy and excited wanting all these spin-offs for Doctor Who, but something changed. The MCU is now shit. The idea of the Hooniverse becoming this place to store several mid-TV shows all leading to one crossover is awful. If this does happen, Doctor Who will be dead for good. What the show needs now is consistency. After Chris Chibnall farted out Flux, many people have lost interest in the show, but somehow Russell is intriguing them again. If casual fans feel like they need to do homework to watch the 60th and onwards, they simply won't bother, but thankfully, it seems Russell knows this. What we originally thought was Series 14 is now going to be Series 1. Despite fans hating this decision, I think it's the right thing to do. The aim of all this is to make Doctor Who big again, and it makes sense for the numbering to reset. Nobody in their right mind wants to start watching a TV series at season 14. That sounds ridiculous. Although there are many good places to start watching like series 5 or 8, having a full numbering reset makes it clear you can start watching Doctor Who here and now with Ncuti Gatwa. Moving on, I have to mention the new intro for the Hooniverse. It's basically the same as Marvel's intro, but more cheesy and the music isn't as good. Surprisingly, it was Murray Gold who did the music for the Hooniverse, but it's just a bit generic. It's the most okay piece of music I've ever heard, which is weird since it came from Murray Gold. Thankfully, we know Mr. Gold has not lost what he had, as the new theme for both 15 and the new titles for the specials are insanely good. I'd go as far as to say that Ncuti Gatwa's new Doctor theme is possibly my favourite Doctor's theme yet. Maybe not as good as Matt Smith's, but it's up there for sure. Since it came out, it's been in my head stuck in a loop. I'm always going dun dun da 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 dun dun da da dum. But it's weird. When a song gets stuck in your head, it's the most painful thing, it's so annoying, but with 15 in my head, I'm kinda just enjoying myself, bobbing my head to the imaginary music. Last thing about this intro, I think they chose the weirdest picture of 15. Why did they pick the one scene of 15 crying in the intro? I mean, hey, at least we now know this new Doctor will show more emotion than 13. Her most emotional scene was when she killed a fucking spider. Anyway, the Hooniverse graphic isn't the only graphic. Disney did one where the TARDIS flies and it stinks. The TARDIS flying looks so janky, it looks like David Tennant went and regenerated in there again. It looks awful. And then when it gets closer, you can see the TARDIS has no detail on there. It's terrible. I mean, I know it's random and it doesn't matter, but it's still pretty bad. After all this, I do think the Hooniverse is going to succeed, and it will be fantastic. I mean, so far we've got a new series called Tales of the TARDIS, and it was amazing. As someone who grew up with the Sarah Jane adventures, I couldn't be happier to see Clyde and Joe return, even if it was for a small amount of time. I hadn't seen the 3 Doctors before, and I loved it. What I'm trying to say is that so far the Hooniverse has been great. Also, there's a new documentary with David Tennant that I'm looking forward to watching. For an anniversary year that's been quite quiet, everything is now coming together and I'm sure there's more to come. For example, we have 3 new specials with David Tennant and possibly a unit spin-off and the return of Doctor Who Confidential. Then starting on Christmas Day, Ncuti Gatwa and Millie Gibson start their new era, starting with the episode titled The Church on Ruby Road. Doctor Who has finally got interesting again, meaning I'm back to making videos on it, so make sure you're subscribed, join my Discord, follow me on Twitter. Thank you all so much for watching, stay excited because our favourite show is back. Goodbye.